Ida for uninviting my BF on a planned trip weekend getaway. I, 45F, have been dating my BF, 44 meters, for 2 years. About a month and a half ago I was able to get this Friday off to have a 4-day weekend with the holiday on Monday. I asked my BF if he'd like to go on a weekend getaway with me and he said yes, he thought it would be fun. So I started planning the entire trip. I have 2 children under the age of 10, and 3 indoor animals and work FT outside my home. My BF has no children, works from home and BC of the type of work, he can take his work with him and work from anywhere. He has 1 pet and lives alone. About 3 weeks before the trip I asked again if he still wanted to go so I could finalize/book/pay for hotel, childcare, boarding for my animals and make reservations for a few activities/dining. He said he wasn't sure. BC he was worried about the stress of leaving his pet and boarding for 4 days and he had a lot of work to do with some deadlines coming up and he needed a few more days to think about it. I said that's fine, but I still wanted to go and at that point started to plan the trip as a solo trip, but kept a few activities together on the back burner. He asked if he still decided to go if later if that would be okay. I said okay and looked at a few date type activities and sent him a few things I thought he'd enjoy but I still kept my solo plans. BC he never confirmed he was going. A week before the trip, same story, he wasn't sure about leaving his animal for 4 days but again said he'd let me know. At this point I was a little irritated. BC I'm basically trying to plan 2 different trips based on if he comes or not. It's now less than 2 days before the trip and he said he wants to ask me questions about the trip before he decides if he's coming. At this point I'm just done and don't want him to come. I've made up plans for things I want to do and don't want to change them if he comes. I've put all the money, effort, time into this trip for him to just end up tagging along at the last minute is going to piss me off even more. Ida if I tell him now I don't want him to come?